All right, it's Friday, December 20th, 2019. We have a special board meeting of the Acton Agua Dulce Unified School District Board of Trustees. Let's do a roll call. I'll call this to order. Mr. Roque. Here. Mr. Jorgensen. Here. Mrs. Jensen.
Here.
And I am here, Ken Pfalzgraf. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the agenda for this special meeting?
Move.
Second.
Was that Tim?
Yes.
Tim and Kelly. Call the question.
Aye.
3 ayes, Board President, aye, 4-0. We have an absence of Mr. Fox. Okay, I'm losing it. You know what that's like, Kim, right?
Yeah.
I would like to ask Liz Hessam, who's joining us from one of our charters, to give the flag salute.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Larry, can you take over, please?
Sure. I'd like to have Ms. Patterson come up and introduce our guests. We have one submission from SIATech charter.
So for business is 4.01, submission of a charter material revision petition.
Correct.
And I think these are the redlined, the material revision for the charter.
Correct.
Okay. Any comments?
It's a submission by Liz Hessam for SIATech for the change of location.
Mr. Roque, do you have anything to say?
As of right now, until I go through it, no.
Mr. Jorgensen?
None.
Mrs. Jensen?
I only have one, and maybe it will be explained, but I heard the red lines, and I'm just flipping quickly. Are we only doing location? Any other?
Yes, we are only doing location.
Okay.
The reason for the location change is that they can no longer operate in the facility they are in due to the owner asking them to leave for the space. So they are in need of changing the location.
Alrighty, here are my comments. As Shay indicated, sometime between our last board meeting, December 12th, and about 3 days later, the charter was advised, I guess, by the landlord that they would not be able to occupy the site they were operating out of, that was identified you were here with us a little bit earlier in the year, and therefore would have to find a new location. Now, there's a great deal of sensitivity with charter law and us authorizing people outside of the boundary of the district. We owe federal work plans and alternative programs that appear different than your standard brick and mortar school. And so it's very important to, at least me, I think the rest of the board supports me, that our charter petition oversight process and how we review our stuff is right to the dot. So we typically announce submissions at a school board meeting, and then 2 weeks later, depending on how things work out with staff and the charter, we would actually hear the hearing later. So this is not a hearing, but since this wasn't made and since this was not on the agenda at the last board meeting, and since it would require 2 meetings, at least one for the hearing and one for the vote, since we never approve a hearing and vote the same night, this process will occupy the better part of both meetings of January, and that leaves very little time for someone to actually do the business of finding a landlord that doesn't throw them out on 3 days' notice. So that being said, I don't think that there is any business to conduct here. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, board members, for coming in, because I'm a stickler for for process, and I very much appreciate the time you've given the students of this district this morning. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? I did. Kelly and Tim, call the question?
Aye.
3 board members, aye. Board president, aye. 4-0.
4-0.
Thank you. 401, 810.